Instead of using steam for the catapults, they used electric. Let's have an electric catapult. And so when I went to the ship, because I came into office and the ship was way over budget, built in Newport News, unfortunately, it was way over budget. It was going to cost $3 billion. It was up to like 18, 19. It was terrible.
So actually the cost was supposed to be 10 billion and it ended up being between 13 and 14 billion. So it was never 3 billion. That's some bullshit.
And I said, I want to meet the catapulter. And the man came over along with 4 of his assistants. And I said, what's better, electric catapult or steam? He's been there for 25 years. He said, steam is better, sir. We can fix it with a hammer and a blowtorch. When the electric goes bad, I have to send to MIT to get geniuses over here.
I'll take
I said,
shit
steam
that
is better.
did not
Yes,
happen.
sir, it's better.
Absolute
So why did they do
bullshit.
electric?
You're just
Because you
making
can
shit
have
up.
the catapult go like this, but you can't put planes on it, sir. It takes you 39 seconds. By the time the 39 seconds is up, you have a full head of steam. And I love breathing that steam, sir. That's the cleanest air you've ever seen.
What a crock of shit. First of all, the USS Gerald R. Ford has been operating in and around Iran. Like, they've been launching aircraft with this EMALS system, this Electromagnetic Aircraft Launch System. So I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
But I said, so you're saying we spent billions of dollars?
All right, that's enough of that shit. Let me explain to you exactly what's going on with this electromagnetic catapult that he's talking about. So Trump's plan apparently is to bring back the old steam catapult system that was used on the Nimitz-class carriers and put them in this new Ford-class carrier. It's not that easy though. It's not as simple as he's saying it. This would require a complete redesign of the entire ship, because the Ford-class carrier was designed and built from the ground up around this new EMALS system. Instead of bulky steam pipes and accumulators and valves and heavy machinery, the Ford-class carrier uses a much more compact electrical launch system. So the compartments that hold the launch system, it's much smaller than the older Nimitz-class steam system. So you just can't pull an EMALS out and bolt these steam catapults back in. You'd have to redesign several compartments, reroute major systems, tear into a carrier specifically engineered around EMALS, even go into the reactor, because the steam that the reactor creates has to now have the components to route that steam to the catapults. The Government Accountability Office already warned that reverting to steam would require significant redesigns across the ship, and this is because every square inch of these ships is accounted for. And this would not be cheap. Now, there's no credible fixed price yet, but I guarantee a redesign this extensive is easily going to run into the billions of dollars and add years to the construction. Because you're not just replacing the 4 catapults, you're redesigning major portions of a roughly $13 billion nuclear aircraft carrier so that we can have these new old systems that Trump wants. And apparently Trump also doesn't like the island placement on these carriers because it doesn't look enough like World War II carriers. We've moved on from World War II, rightfully. We're not using Sherman tanks anymore. Now, the island is that tower you see that sits on the deck with all the little spinning radars and everything on it. It's where the command systems are. But I'm here to say, who cares? Who cares where the island is? Because if it means that it's placed in a better position so that there's more room for aircraft to maneuver, or more room for people to move and make this more lethal, because warships are supposed to be designed for lethality, efficiency, and survivability, not because the president thinks that it needs to look cool. This whole debacle is basically like Trump saying, hey, I want a Tesla Cybertruck, but put a 1980 Ford F-150 engine in it. Oh, and make it look like a 1980 F-150. MFR, at this point, why even get a Tesla? Just get a fucking 1980 F-150. Trump is basically Admiral General Aladdin.
We are set to test the missile next week.
It is too round on the top. It needs to be pointy. Round is not scary. Pointy is scary. This will put a smile on the faces of the enemy. They will think that it is a huge robot's dildo flying towards them.
No, Supreme Leader, the shape of the missile top has nothing to do with aerodynamics. It is about the payload delivery.
No, it sticks in the ground and then kaboom.
Supreme Leader, I think perhaps some of your information about bombs is coming from cartoons.